Good morning, children. In the previous class, we have studied about the story of village Palampur and how agriculture is done or farming is done in Palampur. Today, we are going to discuss about the modern methods of production, not only in Palampur, all over India, what changes have taken place. Okay, so we will study here. You have seen that one way of increasing production, how production has increased or production of agricultural outputs increased here. From the same land, multiple cropping. Okay, in Palampur, people are cultivating 3 crops also. Potato as the third crop they are cultivating also. One or two crops largely cultivated and a third crop also. So multiple cropping pattern is adopted in Palampur so that farmers are self-sufficient. They have surplus outputs for selling in the market also. So the other way is to use the modern methods like increasing the production. There are many methods. One thing is increasing the multiple cropping pattern. Other thing is how the way modern farming methods introduction. We know that farmers in our country earlier used traditional methods for plowing the field or harvesting or sowing seeds or manuring etc. But now modern methods are used for cultivation. So high yielding from the fields are obtained. Okay, high yield means a large quantity of food grains are produced. Okay, so here yield is measured as the crop production on a given piece of land during a single season. In a particular season, in Kharif season or Rabi season, how much of crops, how much of food grain is produced, that is the yield. The measurement or how much of quantity is produced, how much of quantity of the food grain is produced from each single or season. In one season, how much is produced. So here what is the size of land in 1 hectare of land, how much is produced. Okay, till the mid 1960s the seeds used in the cultivation were traditional ones, also with a relatively low yields. Okay, up to 1960s or till 1960s in India, farmers used to produce the crops with the traditional seeds, but there were changes. So traditional seeds, we know that when we are using the traditional seeds, we need very low maintenance also, because we need to use manure only. Okay, cow dung or buffalo's dung or cattle dung is used for as manure. They do not use fertilizers extra. Okay, also they used to till the land with a plow only. Okay, traditional way of plowing. But here farmers used cow dung, all other natural manure as fertilizers. These were readily available with them because they have animals also. Farmers they have animals also, so that they can get it's easily available. All these cow dung or other materials, natural manures are available with them. They need not to buy it from the market. Okay. So here green revolution introduced in India after the late 1960s in Indian farmer cultivation of wheat and rice using the high yielding varieties of seeds. HYV or high yielding varieties of seeds, that is introduced in green revolution. When green revolution was introduced, the scientists developed high yielding varieties of seeds. But what was the problem or what was the challenge to the farmers here in India? These people, compared to the traditional seeds, high yielding varieties of seeds are promised to produce much greater amounts of grain from a single plant. See, with the limited land cannot be increased. We know that land is limited on the earth. Within the same piece of land, how much farmer produced earlier, same size of land, 1 hectare or 2 hectares of land is not increasing. There itself production increased in a large scale. Agricultural output increased in a large scale. That is with the help of high yielding varieties of crops, seeds used. but here large quantities of food grains were produced. It was possible, but here they needed plenty of water. Other than the traditional methods, traditional cultivation and high yielding varieties of crops needed plenty of water. So irrigation facilities, more farmers needed to be arranged. Chemical fertilizers are needed because they are the they were not pest resistant, so that chemical fertilizers they have to use for increasing the output. Also pesticides or insecticides were to be used. So for getting best result, they had to use the chemical fertilizers, pesticides or insecticides. Higher yields were possible only from the combination of high yielding varieties, seeds, better irrigation, chemical fertilizers and pesticides. Then it was the farmers experienced a large quantity of food grains. Farmers of Punjab, in which region we know that especially it was introduced largely in the Punjab, Haryana and western Uttar Pradesh region. These regions were first tried for the green revolution was introduced. Okay, there was also large output. We know that the farmers in these regions set tube wells. When irrigation facilities more needed, they set tube wells. The government also provided, and the larger prosperous farmers also set up privately their own tube wells. Farmers here also used high yielding varieties of seeds, chemical fertilizers and pesticides for farming. Some of them bought farm machinery like the tractors and threshers. Okay, so this also increased the production. Plowing and harvesting became faster. We know that the traditional farmers use plow for or hoe is used for plowing the field or tilling the land. But here this when green revolution was introduced, the farmers also brought tractors and harvesting machines also. So in Palampur, the yield of wheat grown from the traditional varieties, we know that it was 1300 kilograms. In Palampur, only 1300 kilograms of wheat they could produce. But when they used modern methods of farming, it went up to 3200 kilograms of wheat. In the same piece of land, using different types of seeds, modern seeds or the high yielding varieties of seeds, they could produce 3200 kilograms of wheat. At the same time, when they used traditional seeds, they could produce only 1300 kilograms of wheat. Okay, so we can think about when we are using all these synthetic fertilizers or chemical fertilizers, pesticides and insecticides over irrigation, so will the land sustain? Okay, so we are studying about sustainable developments. We know that these all modern methods when we are introducing in the agriculture, what happens here? The land fertility loses. Okay, land losing fertility, the quality of soil is losing. Scientific reports, modern in India, scientific reports suggest or indicate that the modern farming methods have overused the natural resources. Okay, so continuously we are using the groundwater, we are taking out, we are drawing more and more. So water is used more and more, and tilling, deep plowing is done with the help of tractors. These all are soil erosion taking place due to that. All these are spoiling our nature. So green revolution is associated with the loss of soil fertility. When we are introducing green revolution, soil fertility is lost due to the increased use of chemical fertilizers. Okay, so also continuous use of groundwater for tube well irrigation also led to the depletion of water level. Groundwater level is also decreasing. These are all reasons. Because of all these reasons, because of we are introducing the green revolution, this type of pollution, and also the land loses its fertility. These all destruction on the environment takes place. Okay, that's all for today. We'll come with the another topic tomorrow.